So welcome back, friends. Today is Sawmill Saturday, and today's video is sponsored by our friends at Brunt, and more on that later. Let me show you guys what we got going on this morning. So the first thing this morning, guys, we need to empty the sawdust hopper. Usually I would compost this or put it in the chicken lot. There's a lot of sassafras right here on the top. You guys smell it? It smells like root beer. Take you a smell. Go ahead. Smell it. It smells just like root beer. But this right here is not going to the compost pile or the chicken lot because there's a bunch of black walnut toward the bottom. Therefore, I'm not going to take the time to separate it. That would take forever. This will go straight to the burn pile. It will burn, it would just take a while. Now, a lot of you sawyers out there know about this, but some of you viewers may not. A lot of sawmills burn their sawdust. Some of them have boilers where they cycle them through to either fire or kiln or maybe some buildings. I don't have nothing like that here. But a lot of them do burn them in an outside fire just to get rid of them. Walnut is so toxic, I'd be afraid to put it anywhere else but the burn pit. Friends, let me tell you about today's video sponsor, Brunt. So for you guys out there that have a blue collar job, or maybe you have a farm or a small homestead, what do you put on your feet? I put on Brunt boots every day. For the past 5 years here at my farm, it's all that I wear. And let me throw this in here as well before I forget about it. They also make, in my opinion, the best work t-shirts around. I'm wearing it right now, guys. You can see right here in the pocket, you got the Brunt logo. These t-shirts are fantastic. I wear them every day here at the farm, and there's a separate link down below in the video description just for these t-shirts right here. Man, they're really nice. So let's get back to the boots here, guys. I love them, wear them every day, and this is a brand new pair that I just got. Let's check them out because this, in my opinion, is probably the nicest pair that they make. So these right here, friends, are the 6-inch Marins. They have the welted composite toe. Oh my goodness, check these out. Boy, you talk about nice. Look at that. Look at that. I've been wanting to order these for a couple of months now, and I finally pulled the trigger, and I tell you what, guys, these are super nice. And got the American flag on there. You know what that means? Made in the USA. That is a nice boot right there. And I tell you what, guys, these are almost too nice to wear down here at the sawmill. Kind of hate to get them dirty, but they're made to work. So these boots right here, friends, have a safety feature that I have to have, and that is the welted toe right there, which means it's pretty similar to a steel toe, but nowhere near as heavy. Got to have that around logs and heavy machinery. That's a good feature right there, and it's not as heavy as your traditional steel toe boot. Now, Brunt will even let you try these boots on the job, and if you don't like them, you can send them back. But guys, you're not going to be sending these back. Look how nice they are, my goodness. And guys, these boots are designed to be comfortable straight out of the box without the long, painful break-in like many other brands. I can't take a day off if it's raining outside. These boots are waterproof. That's really important for a guy like me. And guys, these boots have 3 important features that really keep me safe down here at the sawmill that are really important to me. They're slip resistant, they're oil resistant, and they're also, most importantly, heat resistant. So friends, right now you can save $10 off your first order with Brunt by using my code OUTOFTHEWOODS10. There's a link down in the video description. There's also a link in the top comment, and there's a QR code here on the screen. All right, guys, finally getting that kiln unloaded. This is 4/4 poplar, 9 inches wide. We're gonna run this through the edger and make it 7 3/4. Then once it gets run through the edger on a later date, maybe tomorrow, we'll take it back up to the wood shop and turn this into shiplap. But before we run the edger, I need to raise the lid and make sure there's no grease zerts inside of it. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I got one right here and one right here, but we'll take the lid off and look down in it and make sure there's nothing in there, and also give you guys an opportunity to look inside the edger. I cannot remember what socket size that was, so we'll take the whole rail. Might need that too. I think this is 1/2 inch, but I can't remember. Yep, 1/2 inch. They call these stubbies. It's a little 3/8 impact by Milwaukee. These things are glorious. I use this so much. I have 2 of them, one for down here, one up there for the shop. And no, I'm not sponsored by Milwaukee, but man, I wish I was. Definitely need to clean it out. There's a lot of yarn in there. I don't see any more grease fittings. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, it looks like we do have some over here. So anyways, this is the inside of the edger. This blade right here does not move. This one moves left to right. That's how you set your width. You got your feed rollers on the top and bottom on both sides. Then you have some fingers right here for kickback, so nothing bad happens. And as you can see, I need to do this more often. Look at all that stuff built up right there. Let's get the leaf blower and clean this out. It's been a little while since I put grease in this, and I couldn't remember exactly where they were at. Always remember, guys, clean off your zerts before you put fresh grease in there so you're not pushing dirt inside of your bearing. Ask me how I know. If it's a mistake, I've probably done it. And I spoke too soon as usual. I got some notes written on the side right here at the Sharpie that you guys can't see, telling me how many more is in here. Got 2 more right there on the back. So for you guys that have machines out there, I always remember that you can write on them anywhere you want to. I do that all the time to give myself little notes for maintenance and stuff like that. All right, guys, we got the edger ready to go. And also, I say this in a lot of videos, and I really mean it, guys. If you have equipment, get yourself a battery-powered grease gun. It will change your life. And also get this little fitting right here that goes on it. I can never remember the name of this. Lock and Lube or something like that. I think it's Lock and Lube. It makes it a lot easier. I got both of these on Amazon, actually. The grease gun was cheaper on Amazon than it was Home Depot. That kind of surprised me. I'll leave links down below. So anyways, we got it greased up, and I'm going to try to put a camera down in here while we're edging lumber, and you guys can kind of see what's going on. But it may be too dark. See what happens. And something else, this may be interesting for some of you guys. This poplar was sawn here at my mill 1 1/8 inches on the thickness, 9 inches on the width. After kiln drying, 8.5 inches. So it dried up 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch on each side during kiln drying. So for you guys out there sawing, you can kind of take those numbers on a 9-inch wide board and know what you're going to get if you run this lumber through the kiln. Without going through the kiln, it would probably be about 8 3/4. I'm sorry, 8 inches and 3/4 on the width, not 8.5. We probably would have lost about 1/8 of an inch on the sides right there. So if you're wondering why we're going to run these through the edger, even though the molder will plane all 4 sides, it's because you want really straight lumber to go through the edger. You don't want any bows or nothing like that going on, which can happen during drying. You want it as straight as it can be, and you'll have the best boards come out of the motor if you do that. So now we're going to take these boards, edge them down to 7 3/4, and once they come through the molder, the finished width will be 7 1/4. Well, that didn't take too long. This would have went a whole lot faster if I had a helper, but I work by myself and that's the way I like it. So these offcuts right here, guys, are kiln dried, and there's two options for these things, actually three. One's the burn pit, which I probably won't do. The other one is get the chipper hooked up and make some mulch. That's probably what I'll do, or I'll cut this up for kindling for the wood stove this winter, but I think I have enough kindling already, so may do the mulcher, not the mulcher, the wood chipper, may do that later on and chip all this stuff up. There right there is a pretty good load of poplar. That's about 400 board feet total. But guys, when you make a product, and we're making shiplap with this, there's all the waste that comes off of it, and that's just part of it. This has to be machined one more time through the molder, and you'll have more waste after that. So when you think about buying products, guys, off a Sawmill, and you wonder why they charge, it's because of reasons like this. You got to handle these boards several times, and there's waste every time. Just the way it is, part of it. But now we'll jump in the tractor, go over here and grab an 8-foot pine log, and I'll tell you guys what I got in mind today. And it's something you all been telling me to do for a long time, even though I hate to admit it. Goodness friends, where did the day go? It's getting dark outside. I bet you're wondering what happened. Well, two things actually. As soon as I loaded that pine log up, this camera that I'm using right now completely died. I don't know what happened to it. The battery is fully charged, it was completely dead. I tried to update it several times, it wouldn't work, and I was able to download some kind of firmware that was going back to a different version that I have right now, and now it works. So I don't know what's going on with this camera, but it's my main camera, and I gotta have it or I can't make these videos, so that's what happened. That put me behind 3 hours. 3 hours. That's the way it goes making these YouTube videos though, guys. You never can predict what's going on or what's going to happen, and these cameras can get very aggravating. And the LT70 decided it needed a regen, so I didn't want to stop sawing, so once I peeled the bark off this log, I just kept going. You guys see on the screen right there, when that light blinks right there, or it stays lit up rather, that means your engine's going through regen mode, and you're better off letting it finish and just keep on it going. So therefore, I went ahead and just finished up this log. This was white pine, decent log, a little bit of rot in it, but not too bad, and we got a lot of 2x4s out of it, guys. So I use these pallets right here for stacking lumber. They're made out of store-bought 2x4s, and you guys have been on me for years to saw with my own. And I'm not sure why I didn't do it before now. Maybe it was laziness, or maybe I just had something else going on. I don't know. It's pretty easy to buy these and build them, and 2x4s are cheap. But since I have so many pine logs over there, I got about 10,000 board feet over in the log yard, I thought it would be a good use of it to saw up a bunch of 2x4s, run them through the kiln, then through the molder, and build my own pallets with them. So at the end of the day, you guys were probably right. So guys, I'm going to quit right here because this camera's already beeping on me. It's liable to go dead any time. It looks like I'm headed to Best Buy tomorrow to spend about $600 on a new camera. My goodness, making these videos is pretty expensive. So anyways guys, sorry this was a short one. Next Saturday,